The rebuild of Barcelona, how Barca could line up with Griezmann, De Ligt and De Jong next season. Before the video starts, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the content coming over the summer. Also, like and share this video if you enjoy it, and watch to the end so you can see my verdict on these potential Barcelona signings and put your thoughts in the comment section below. So Barcelona have already added Frenkie de Jong to their squad for around £75 million and look to be close to deals for Matthijs de Ligt and Antoine Griezmann. But Valverde is looking like he could be replaced at the end of the season as well, so how will Barcelona look going into the 2019-2020 season? In terms of a potential manager if Valverde leaves, I'd recommend three main candidates for the job: Erik ten Hag, the Ajax manager, Quique Setien, the Real Betis manager, and Leonardo Jardim, the Monaco manager. Of the three, I think Jardim would be the best option, as his narrow 4-4-2 system would suit Barcelona a lot more than Ten Hag's intense, pressing 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 hybrid, and Setien's more possession-oriented 4-3-3 system, which would force Messi to play as a right winger rather than allowing him to roam centrally, playing as a trequartista. Jardim also has shown during his time at Monaco that he's tactically adaptable, especially in big games. He can sustain a high level of performance from his system over the course of a season, as seen with Monaco's 2017 Ligue 1 title victory. He also has the necessary fullback to provide width in the system at Barcelona and allows for a front two, which is something that Barcelona seem to need as long as Messi is the focal point of their side. Setien hasn't yet proved he is tactically sophisticated enough to make a vital difference in massive games, which is a key sticking point as Barcelona's fundamental aim next season will be to win the Champions League. The 4-4-2 system would allow De Jong and Busquets to play as a deep double pivot, similar to how De Jong plays for Ajax alongside Schöner. Both players are excellent press-resistant central midfielders, allowing Barcelona to play through an opposition press in a way they couldn't if they were forced to play with Arthur Melo or Vidal in the central midfield too. Fabinho and Tielemans were excellent in this system when Jardim was at Monaco with those two players, and Busquets and De Jong would bring similar attributes to the table. Playing a double pivot rather than a single pivot in the system would give it a lot more defensive stability, allowing the fullbacks to advance forward and provide the width in the system. This is something that Barcelona really lack, mainly on the right hand side, as Messi plays centrally and usually Vidal or Arthur play as a right-sided central midfielder rather than an orthodox winger. The problem is compounded by the fact that Valverde's restrictive system means that Semedo or Roberto at right back are far too conservative with their ventures forward, which leads to a lack of width on the right side of the system, making Barcelona's attacking moves predictable as they often go down the left with Coutinho and Alba. So the basis of Jardim's side for next season will be the two deep-line central midfielders who will control Barcelona's attacking tempo, as both De Jong and Busquets have excellent composure and passing ability, whilst also being able to sense when to play a quick incisive pass to start a quick transition and when to keep possession to assert a period of dominance. The fullbacks will be Semedo and Alba, who will be encouraged to be more adventurous going forward than Valverde's unsymmetrical 4-4-2 system. Messi will be positioned just behind a main forward, as this will give him the ability to play centrally, roam deep and into the half spaces, and have the options on the flanks and in front of him. Barcelona are also reportedly close to sealing a deal for Matthijs de Ligt. The Dutchman would replace Langley alongside Piqué, whilst Umtiti would likely be sold to raise money for the purchase. De Ligt is much better on the ball than both Langley and Umtiti, which will improve Barcelona's ability to play out from the back, especially when they face an aggressive high press, as was seen in the first leg versus Manchester United and against Liverpool in both legs. In these games, Barcelona were forced to build up via their left, with Langley being left unmarked during the build-up phase. The sides knew they could target the Frenchman by providing an aggressive press when he received the ball, which resulted in a few scares when Langley did give away the ball in his own half. De Ligt is far more composed and a better passer than Langley, so this would therefore improve Barcelona's build-up play, especially in the back three in possession, with Ter Stegen, Piqué and the left-sided centre-back. So where does Griezmann fit into this system? Well, this would probably require the selling and replacement of Luis Suarez in the starting lineup, as Griezmann would have to play ahead of Messi. For the past few seasons at Atleti, Griezmann has played as the deepest centre-forward in a front two of a 4-4-2, though with Messi functioning in that role, Griezmann would have to play as the most advanced forward. This is not an irregular role for Griezmann to play. He has excellent short dynamic movements which are crucial so that the likes of Messi and Coutinho have runners to play through balls in behind the backline four. He is also a clinical finisher, which is seen as he's outperformed his expected goal statistics 3 years in a row before this season by a major 4 goals. Compare this to Suarez, who's underperformed his expected goals metric in the last 2 seasons and this season underperformed it by 3.39 goals. What this shows is that Griezmann is statistically a better finisher than Suarez, which will improve the Barcelona attack and should see Griezmann score more goals than he has at Atleti when he's playing alongside the likes of Messi, Coutinho and Dembele. So who will fill the two wide midfielder positions? Well, at Monaco, Jardim opted to use Lemar and Bernardo Silva, both wide playmakers who look to move narrow to effectively create a box in central midfield with the double pivot behind them. Hakim Ziyech has a £25 million release clause and would therefore be perfect for this role on the right side. Ziyech is one of the most creative players in Europe. Just this season he has 3.7 key passes and 2.6 dribbles per game in the Eredivisie, whilst also scoring 16 goals. This is combined with his 2.2 key passes and 2.8 dribbles per game in the Champions League. Jardim could opt to either play Coutinho and Ziyech, the two natural wide playmakers, or even Dembele, who would offer pace and dynamic dribbling ability in the form of a more conventional winger. Defensively, Jardim's side would drop into a 4-4-2 with two banks of four. As happened in the Monaco 2017 side, the central midfield double pivot would engage in a press to stop the centre-backs or central midfielders moving forward with the ball, whilst also cutting off passing lanes to midfielders in between the defence and midfield. This form of central midfield pressing combined with the positioning to cut out passing lanes would mean that when the ball is won back, De Jong or Busquets would be ahead of the opposition's advanced central midfielders, giving them space to move into. Dembele alongside Coutinho or Ziyech would provide the runs in behind the fullbacks, which would force the opposition backline to drop and thereby give Messi more space in behind Griezmann. This system would be perfect for Messi, giving him limited pressing responsibilities but also creating a pattern of movement and interplay which should allow him to operate perfectly in that trequartista position. So how do I rate these signings? Well, I think that De Jong and De Ligt are fantastic signings. Not only would they improve Barcelona in the here and now, offering a greater ability to play out from the back, bypass the opposition pressure, and in De Jong's case increase mobility in the central midfield, but also they are 19 and 21 years old, meaning that Barcelona could build a team around them for the next 10 years. In Griezmann's case, I'm more of a 50-50 split. Whilst Griezmann will be able to fit into a Jardim system, he is 28 going on 29, and this cannot be ignored. I still think Luka Jovic would have been a better option, being he is only 21, but he has gone to Real Madrid, so he is off the market. £100 million is a reported price for Griezmann, which does seem way overpriced considering his age, though he would still be an improvement on Luis Suarez in terms of his creativity in the attacking phase, as well as his clinical finishing. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.